Today, I'm going to explain how gas masks work. Gas masks are a type of respirator. Respirators being devices that stop you from breathing in harmful substances, such as chemicals or fallout. When you hear respirator, you probably think of this, a device covering just your mouth and nose with two filters jutting out. That's only one type of respirator, known as a half-mask respirator. There are also full-mask respirators, which cover your entire face. These are important because they protect your very delicate eyes. In addition, either type of respirator can have a motorized fan to blow air into the mask, which makes it easier to breathe. However, you also have to be careful about the battery life of these masks, because if the fan stops, the mask doesn't work anymore. You can also classify respirators by the type of filter they use. Different filters are designed for different pollutants. Some filter out bacteria and viruses, while others deal with chemicals. Of course, you can skip that entirely with a self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA. This just uses a separate air tank to provide you with oxygen. Since you are getting air from a separate source, and don't have to filter it, SCBAs work for any type of pollutant. They also work in situations where there are simply too many toxins to be filtered out of the air. This is why they are used by firefighters, and modified, underwater versions are used by scuba divers, the U standing for underwater. On the downside, these SCBAs are heavy and often only last an hour, as opposed to the potentially 3 to 4 hours of filter masks. However, I will not be focusing on most of these respirators. I will be focusing on the gas masks, which cover the entire face and use specialized filters, depending on the pollutant. The principle behind the gas mask isn't complicated. It filters out harmful substances from the air, so we don't die. For this to work, it needs to create an airtight seal around your face. This is why they are often made of a plastic or rubber material. It does a good job of fitting around your face contours. It is also why gas masks are very tight-fitting. It ensures the seal is maintained. Note, if you're in a situation where you may actually need a gas mask, shave off any facial hair, as this can disrupt the seal between your face and the mask. Of course, the key feature of a gas mask is the filter, which is what I'm going to spend the rest of the video focusing on. As I mentioned earlier, no one gas mask can filter out all pollutants. Different types of filters focus on different substances, so be sure you have the right type of filter for the job. There are 9 main classifications for gas mask filters. AX, which is for organic compounds that boil below 65 degrees Celsius. A, which is for organic compounds that boil above 65 degrees Celsius. B, protects against inorganic gases, such as chlorine. E, stops acidic gases, like hydrogen chloride. K, blocks ammonia and amines, i.e. high pH substances. CO filters carbon monoxide. Hg deals with mercury. NO takes care of nitrogen oxides, and reactor handles radioactive substances. In addition, there are 3 efficiency classifications, P1, P2, and P3. A higher number means it can deal with higher concentrations of pollutants. Some filters are actually a combination of these letters. For example, they could be ABEC-P3, meaning they can filter out low-boiling organic compounds, inorganic gases, as well as acidic and basic gases at the 3rd concentration level. Classifications aside, there are 3 main ways to filter out the toxins. The first is simple particle filtration. You can use a very fine mesh so air atoms can get through, but larger objects, like dust particles or anthrax cells, can't get through. For smaller chemical threats, ones the same size as air atoms, other filters are needed. This brings us to the second type of filter, one that absorbs pollutants. A common way to accomplish this is with activated charcoal, which is created by treating charcoal with oxygen, which makes the charcoal very porous. This allows the chemicals to flow through the charcoal and then bond to the carbon atoms. In this way, the filter absorbs the toxin while letting the air pass through. The third way a filter can work is by a chemical reaction. As opposed to absorption, these filters react with the pollutants, neutralizing the lethal aspect of the toxins. For example, you can use an acidic filter to process out basic gases. The different classifications determine, for example, how fine the mesh has to be to filter out various particles, or what material to make the filter out of to neutralize certain toxins. Since different materials have different mesh sizes and can only absorb or react with certain chemicals, no one gas mask can deal with all the possible toxins. Nevertheless, hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something, and see ya!